Right, well, we're here today to announce our plans for 21st Century Sono. I've had 2 meetings in the past couple of months with the South Norwalk business owners and some of the residents that live here, and I've asked them to share with me their concerns about what is or isn't happening in South Norwalk and how we can help them out. Running for mayor, if I win on Tuesday, what we can do to help them out, or what anybody can do to help them out. And we've agreed to start a partnership with the Sono business owners and the residents. And one of the things that came up, we thought it was a good idea to form a task force of the stakeholders. People who live here, people who work here, people who own businesses here, so that we can determine what things need to happen. And it goes back to my premise of not telling people what they need, but asking them what they need and then helping them. And they gave a list of priorities. They had been meeting in the past. They said that they'd like to meet more because they're very, very interested. They had developed a list of ideas before that were presented and never went anywhere. So now they're looking at trying to get somebody to work with them, and that's what we're going to do. So I said, if you form a task force, that would be something that you would be able to tell us exactly what it is you need. So we're focusing on parking, which was their #1 priority, and here I am in just happened to be in a booth here, and this poor guy here is trying to figure out exactly how to use it. It's very complicated, and sometimes they don't work, sometimes they do work, and you have to figure out how, and you spend 10 minutes figuring out how to use it. And sometimes I've been at these kiosks and there's 4 or 5 people waiting to use it. So we've got to do something along the lines of parking to make it more consumer friendly. Next, they talked about street lighting, the dim street lights, and especially under the bridges. They'd like to see street lights under the bridges so that people don't fear walking under the bridges, walking in the dark, walking on a narrow sidewalk. We want to talk about streets and sidewalks, how they could be cleaner, they could be repaired. A lot of the sidewalks, you were at the announcement I made about potholes and sidewalks. Some people trying to walk over the sidewalks with a cane, or with a walker, or with a wheelchair, or a young child trying to walk over, or push a stroller over. Very, very difficult to do. So we want to start working on the streets and sidewalks to make them cleaner and make them safer. We also want to talk about wayfinding advisories. Now you come down here and you don't usually, you kind of don't know where things are. So it would be advisable that we put signs up in various locations, Sono district, different locations they can find things. They even talked about maybe little markers on the sidewalks. Over in the Webster Street park, the Webster Street parking lot, Haviland Street parking lot, put little identification wayfinding signs or markings for the neighborhood so they can know where to go. We talked about marketing and events. When they want to run an event down here, it's very, very difficult to do it with the process that's in place at City Hall. So we want to streamline the permitting events, the permitting process, so that they can end up being able to get things done more quickly and without jumping through a million hoops. And last but not least, just utilizing the resources that they have here. They have tremendous resources, natural resources, and not really able to take much advantage of it. So we want to work on that with them as well. So the task force will be a group of people. They will be given, they'll sit and meet and they'll talk about the ideas, the things that they need to do, the things that they feel are important, prioritize them and start working on them one at a time until we can get to the point where we've accomplished a lot. We've made 21st century Sono a lot better. I guess this gentleman finally found out how to...
I'm not sure. I think he just walked away.
He just walked away.
Oh, really?
That's it.
No, you guys are there 15 minutes in a row, just can't figure out what to do.
You want
Really?
to...
They don't know what, it's not
Oh,
the way it's supposed to be.
Huh.